National Chairman Nenentawe Yilwata, a home that recently became enveloped in grief following the passing of his beloved mother, Mama Lydia Toma Yilwada. Leading the delegation of sympathizers was the immediate past APC National Chairman, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, a man whose presence carried both the weight of political leadership and the warmth of friendship. With a heavy yet steady voice, the former chairman offered prayers for the soul of Mama Lydia and described her as a mother whose wisdom would be missed while her legacy remains eternal.
She left at the time when she is most needed, because of her guidance and advice. But this is the work of God. All of us were waiting for our own time. So we pray to Almighty God to bless her and give her a gentle dance.
He also congratulated Dr. Yilwada on his new role as national chairman and wished him a successful tenure.
I have to congratulate you for this new appointment. You are equal to the task. It's unfortunate you could have been the governor of Plateau State. You know how we struggled for you to be the governor of Plateau State, but God did not make it so. But God has made it to be you to be the minister and now to be the chairman. So we still have to thank.
Responding with deep emotion, the APC National Chairman, Professor Nenentawe Yilwada, thanks his predecessor and the entire delegation for the outpouring show of love in the difficult moments and expressed gratitude for the show of unity within the party. He also expressed gratitude for the life of a mother who shaped him with values that continue to guide his paths.
Having said that, I want to thank you, all of you, for coming and I appreciate your presence. May God bless your presence. And for me as a Christian, there is a verse in the Bible that has a reward for anybody who comes to mourn with somebody who has lost a loved one. I want that blessing to follow all of you who are here. And God should reward you and bless you as you return back to your home. Thank you and God bless you.
The solemn visit ended with a prayer, after which the delegation quietly departed, leaving behind words of comfort, solidarity, and a reminder that in moments of grief, true leadership is not just about power, but about passion. Ogochukwu Mobno reporting for Global TV News.
University lecturers under the Academic Staff Union of Universities say they are resolved to decide their next move after nationwide protest, with the government holding a meeting today to address grievances over the stalled 2009 renegotiated agreement. Now, despite a 50 billion naira payout earlier this year for earned allowances, lecturers continue to decry poor salaries, overstretched facilities, and policy delays, with professors reportedly earning about 525,000 naira monthly. The union's president, Chris Piwuna, says members are tired of promises without action, and congresses will decide whether industrial actions will follow. Away from the academia to security, where the Office of the National Security Advisor has handed over 125 kidnapped victims rescued from bandit camps in Kaura Namoda local government area of Zamfara State to their respective families. Briefing journalists in Abuja, the national coordinator of the National Counter-Terrorism Center, Major General Adamu Laka, says the victims were freed during coordinated security operations carried out in 2 phases earlier in August. Defense correspondent Kike Lomo Okere completes the report.
It was an emotional scene as families embracing loved ones they feared were lost forever. Tears flowed freely as the Office of the National Security Advisor handed over 128 rescued victims of banditry in Kaura, Nomada, Zamfara State. According to the National Counter-Terrorism Center Coordinator, Major General Adamu Laka, the rescue came in 2 waves. On August 14, 42 hostages, men, women, and even a toddler were freed. Then, just a day later, another 88 victims gained their freedom. But freedom did not come without scars. Among the second group, a child could not survive the harsh ordeal of captivity. And for another young mother, the trauma triggered a premature birth and newborn now receiving urgent medical care.
Second batch were rescued on the 19th of August, comprising 34 males and 54 females. So unfortunately, among the rescued batch, second batch, we lost one of the children due to illness, I think, and the fatigue he had faced in the kidnappers' camp. And additionally, one of the women that was rescued, had a premature birth. The child is presently in an incubator in the medical facility. And when they were rescued, they have been kept under the Office of National Security Advisor for some psychological, medical, and rehabilitation.
The National Security Advisor commended the security agencies, declaring that the 128 souls is not only a victory for the families, but also a statement of national resilience.
A total of 128 persons were rescued from Kaura Namoda. This is a remarkable achievement and a testament to our resolve as a nation. Today is not just about their return. It is about reaffirming our collective resolve as a nation to create a more secure environment for every single person living with.
For the victims, freedom marks the end of the nightmare. For Nigeria, it is a reminder that the fight against banditry continues with no room for retreat. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The Nigerian Air Force has commissioned 30 solar-powered streetlights, an industrial borehole, and a 35,000 litres water storage system in Anikpukpo, Odeda local government area of Ogun State. The project, inaugurated in honor of Air Vice Marshal Abidemi Timothy, is part of efforts to strengthen civil-military relations and improve rural livelihood. Here is Kikelomo Okeri's report.
In the quiet community of Anikpukpo, Odeda, nights were once marked by darkness that breed insecurity, and residents walk long distance in search of clean water. But today, hope shines brighter, literally as the Nigerian Air Force steps in with life-changing projects. Representing the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Bala Abubakar, the Chief of Civil Military Relations, Air Vice Marshal Ibikunle Daramola says the initiative reflects Nigerian Air Force commitment to community development beyond its combat duties.
Comes as a key step in our ongoing quest to enhance civil-military relations, with a view to building bridges of trust, cooperation, and understanding between the Nigerian Air Force and the communities we serve and protect for enhanced national security of Nigeria.
Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, who was represented by the Commissioner for Environment, Ola Oresanya, described the intervention as a partnership that aligns with the state's grassroots development agenda.
Reflect its meritorious service, patriotic contributions, and enduring bond between Nigerian Air Force and Ogun State. In Ogun State, these areas of intervention align with our visions of taking deliberate steps to bring government closer to the people, especially.
Community leaders and residents expressed gratitude to the Nigerian Air Force, pledging to safeguard the facility for long-term benefit.
So that chieftaincy title is our Air Marshal Bala Abubakar, the Chief of Air Staff of this Nigeria, or this territory called Nigeria, for bestowing on us this ní Yorùbá máa gbé bọ́wọ̀ torí ńlá tí kò tí ì sí ní gbogbo agbègbè yìí rí ẹ bá wa pàtẹ́wọ́ fún wọn.
For Anikpukpo Odeda community, what once seems like a distant dream is now reality. Water within reach and light guiding their night. Beyond the bricks and mortar, the Nigerian Air Force has left behind something more valuable, a renewed sense of hope. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The People's Democratic Party PDP caucus in the House of Representatives has asked President Bola Tinubu to give Nigerians what it calls better treatment, citing rising hardship and insecurity across the country. At a press conference in Abuja, the caucus aligned itself with decisions of the party's National Executive Committee, which recently confirmed Umar Damagun as substantive national chairman of the PDP. Aniete Patrick reports.
Leader of the caucus, Fred Agbedi, said the process reflected the party's commitment to due process and internal democracy. He, however, raised concerns over what the caucus described as disregard for court rulings in Osun State, particularly on local government administration.
Ask the federal government to release, obey valid court judgments leading to validity or validating the local government elections that were held in Osun State. Osun State is led by a PDP governor, a successful government and governor who has proved that he's in touch with his people and is delivering dividends of democracy to the people of Osun State. This is anti-democratic, and as a party caucus in the House of Reps, who are lawmakers, we insist that the right thing be done, due process be complied with, legal judgments be obeyed, so that Osun State and the people of Osun State and the local governments will enjoy the benefits of the creation and administration of local governments in Osun State.
The lawmakers further decried what they call increasing insecurity and economic hardship nationwide, urging the federal government to prioritize the welfare and safety of citizens. They also called for the prompt payment of indigenous contractors, insisting that many families and businesses are suffering as a result of unpaid government obligations.
There are massive killings going on across the country, and that shows that a government that cannot protect our people is not a government that is fit to continue in office. This government has failed Nigerians. The APC government, for the past 12 years, 10 years that have been in power, has failed Nigerians. And Nigerians have come to know that PDP is the only party that can bring succor to them. Not only killings, there's a lot of hardship in this country. And Nigerians are groaning in their pains daily. People are committing suicide because the government is not paying attention to them.
The caucus assured that it will continue to uphold the administration accountable through robust legislative engagement. The PDP caucus emphasized that Nigerians deserve a government that protects lives, respects court judgment, and eases the current burden of hardship. Aniete Patrick, reporting for Global TV.
You're watching the live broadcast of the Midday News. When the Midday News returns, federal government says Nigerians spent 1.3 trillion naira on petrol in June. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back from that break, and now to business news, where fresh data from the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority shows Nigerians spent about 1.3 trillion naira on petrol consumption in the month of June, with 1.44 billion litres consumed nationwide. Lagos led with 205 million litres valued at 185 billion naira, while states like Jigawa, Ebonyi, and Yobe recorded the lowest allocations, highlighting the regional disparity in consumption. The soaring cost came 2 years after subsidy removal, with petrol prices now averaging 900 naira per litre and heavy dependence on fuel-driven generators amidst unreliable power supply. And now to news making rounds on the international scene. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, held talks in the Democratic Republic of Congo with President Felix Tshisekedi. The discussions focused on the worsening refugee crisis in the country, which now hosts millions of displaced people. Our correspondent completes the report. In Kinshasa, the United Nations refugee chief, Filippo Grandi, was received by President Felix Tshisekedi at the Palace de la Nation. The Democratic Republic of Congo is facing one of the world's most complex displacement challenges. Ongoing conflict in the east has forced nearly 7 million people from their homes, while the country also shelters refugees from neighboring nations. During the meeting, Grandi stressed the urgent need for stronger international support to ease the humanitarian burden. He also highlighted recent repatriation efforts, including the safe return of more than 500 Rwandan refugees last month under the United Nations supervision. The United Nations High Commission for Refugees is calling for coordinated action to ensure both protection and durable solutions for displaced families across the region. For President Tshisekedi, the visit underscores his government's commitment to working with international partners to stabilize the situation and provide hope for those affected by years of instability. Mukhtar Kasim, reporting for Global Television News. And now talking sports, where Manchester United have crashed out of the League Cup after a shock defeat to fourth-tier Grimsby, losing on penalties after an error-filled 2-2 draw that saw goalkeeper Andre Onana again under scrutiny despite late goals from Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire. United failed to inspire, with Mbeumo missing the decisive penalty in a shootout that stretched to 30 kicks. The upset adds pressure on coach Amorim, while Brighton, Fulham and Everton advance comfortably in their respective fixtures. Away from football to athletics, where Nigerian Tobi Amusan has pulled out of the Diamond League final in Zurich despite qualifying as the second-best hurdler of the season with 27 points. The world record holder and three-time consecutive champion was replaced by Bahamas' Divine Charlton as she seeks recovery after a stumble in Lausanne raised concerns over her fitness. Amusan's withdrawal is seen as a move to focus on next month's World Championships in Tokyo, where she aims to bounce back to top form. And lastly in sport, and that is in tennis, where world number one Jannik Sinner has stormed into the United States Open second round with a straight-set win, while Poland's Iga Swiatek matched defeat with a dominant display to extend her record of 65 consecutive first-round victories. Coco Gauff, however, endured a grueling three-set battle against Ajla Tomljanovic, committing 59 unforced errors before eventually scrapping through. Elsewhere, Naomi Osaka marked her return to New York with a straight-set win as Alexandra Zverev also advanced past Chile's Alejandro Tabilo. And that's it on the Global TV Midday News. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Mukhtar Kasim. Saying a very big thank you for watching.
Yeah.